Anxiety. Hey everyone. Today we're going to be talking about anxiety. More specifically, my journey with anxiety. So, I guess to anyone who clicked on this video who hasn't seen me before, no, I do not normally make videos like this, but if you are struggling with the same thing, hopefully this could bring you some comfort or just help you along with your journey. I just want to be more open with you guys. If you watched my last video, Peak, at the very beginning, I kind of said that I would be recording a vlog that has to do with my absence and just all around my mental health. So this is it. I have a lot written down that I would like to talk about. So if you ever see me looking over, I am reading just kind of some bulleted points, but I'll try to keep just looking straight on. I'm not super comfortable making this video. I know a lot of my coworkers actually watch my content, which is great. I love you guys, but I spend more time with them than anybody. So I just think it's a little awkward that they're gonna watch this. It's like them reading my diary. But this isn't really about comfort. I think it's about transparency, being genuine with you guys, and taking steps to improve my mental health, which I am doing actively. Because I love making content, I've worked very hard to learn how to edit, and I've always wanted to make YouTube videos, and I still do want to make YouTube videos, even if the platform is dying. Thank you, Jimmy. Subscribe to Mr. Beast if you haven't already, please subscribe. Okay, I don't know if this is even gonna be in the video, but I'm just gonna start at the beginning. Little Spinay. I feel like I always had something wrong with me, or, I mean, that's what it felt like. Roller coaster lines would feel like my stomach was being surgically cut out of my body. Like, it was just a sharp pain, and just my whole body felt like a big bundle of like nerves and just burned. And it just like, I hated it. I hated how that felt. Car rides would make me throw up, like any long car rides or car rides in the morning before school. Or just any time in the morning, I would just feel super sick and just throw up before school. Plane rides, I'd throw up every time too. Now, that was like my early childhood. High school me had a lot of similar issues, but it was like mostly contained entirely to the morning time. So all like early morning times at school, which, okay, to be fair, they were feeding us like pizza and milk at like 10 a.m., which is disgusting, right? We ate it though. So yeah, I guess I've always struggled in the morning and just feeling sick and at school, but I always had music. Even when I was little, I would always have my MP3 player, just headphones all the time, anything to help me escape and distract myself and just think about whatever. And so music has always been very important in helping me along with anxiety. And I mean, I still today, I don't go anywhere without headphones, you know, just to be safe. So far, I feel like all these problems have been just my stomach, like throwing up or just having problems and feeling really sick or like cramping or just like whatever I'm eating was just hurting. And I guess college is where that changed. And it's because I eventually went to the doctor and I got on medication. So the first medication that I was put on was venlafaxine, or I guess the brand name is Effexor. That stuff, whoo boy, you talk about gray. I felt gray, I guess. Like, not a lot of highs, but not a lot of lows. More importantly, I didn't really have any stomach problems. So it was really easy for me to wake up in the morning. It was easy for me to go to class. It was easy for me to just not feel sick. And that was incredible. I felt, I don't know, I just felt kind of normal, and that was great. The problem with venlafaxine was if I would take them at night before bed. If I missed one, I would legitimately sleep like 15 hours. I would be knocked out, dude. Like completely knocked out. And so, and when I woke up after that, it would feel like my head was like full of concrete. It was terrible, dude. But it helped me through like all 4 years of college. And I really enjoyed being on it for the most part, but I thought after college, I think I'm gonna try and get off. I don't need to do anything crazy anymore. I'm just gonna be working. I'm staying in my hometown, at least for a couple years. And so I decided to get off of it. It's easier said than done. I went to the doctor, and I think it was like 4 weeks. I had to take a smaller dosage, and it was hard. I got these things called brain zaps, which just feel like somebody's taking your brain and putting it in like a bottle of warm Mountain Dew, and it's just sitting in there and fizzing, and randomly you'll just get like your vision will tighten and get like really weird. You'll dissociate and you'll feel just really bad, and then after like 20 seconds it'll go away. But then I think I had a brain zap like every 2 minutes, and that was for like a couple weeks straight, but I got through it and I eventually got off of the medication. And it was a really hard time transitioning through that, but work was very patient with me and I was able to do it. And I'm pretty proud of that. So work was going good. I decided to start making videos again. I moved to my own apartment. I am steady working, going on trips, going on plane rides, which I was very nervous for, and I still really struggle with them, but I was able to do them. I mean, I still hate traveling. I'm a homebody, let's be honest. But I do it. When work needs me to travel, I travel and I get through it. It's a hard time. I hate leaving Momo, my kitty. I think about her the whole time. I just kind of get more and more anxious the more I'm gone from my apartment. So it's like hard, right? I feel like my brain is a machine, a muscle, a human muscle. You use it a lot and it tears and it hurts, but then it kind of grows back stronger. It's like working something out to get stronger. A machine, the more you use it, the more it just breaks down. And you need replacement parts, you need oil, you need power to fuel it, you run out of that, you run out of all those things, and eventually you have to throw the machine away, right? And I know that's not anatomically correct, but it's just how I think, and it kind of worries me the more that I try and do these things that push me, the harder it kind of gets to live my normal life. I don't know necessarily what caused it, but I mean, I was at an airport about to get on a plane with my friend, and I'm just talking to him, and in the middle of talking, my throat just kind of tightens, my tongue goes numb, and I just like literally can't talk. And I feel I freaked out a little bit, but I kept it to myself. I have an intense fear of like public embarrassment. I actually am really worried that one of these days I will be so adverse to getting help because I don't want to be embarrassed that I will just choke to death on the ground. And that's something I'm working through, and I don't want that to happen. If you ever see me just like turning blue and just sitting there like, please call for help, please help me. But after a few minutes, it kind of passed, and I took Dramamine for the plane ride. I didn't really think about it. I had my friend with me. We were talking about other stuff. Now that was a while ago. I feel like that was at the beginning of September that happened, but I don't really think about it until a couple weeks after that, late September. I'm talking to my brother. I'm at the house, and then just something in my brain just kind of switches, and I can't swallow anymore. My throat tightens. My eyes kind of start to buzz. It feels like there's a pressure pushing on my eyes. And I just have what I now know is an anxiety attack. I can't say I've ever really had a proper anxiety attack before, but it was really scary. I almost went to the emergency room. My brother was with me, luckily. My whole family was around too, but he was with me and he talked me through it, but it was just wave after wave, slowly drifting. It was like wave after wave of like just feeling like I'm gonna have a stroke. I'm gonna die. I can't breathe. I have to go to the hospital. But then when I think about the hospital, I think of needles and I think of an IV and just being hooked up to things and just feeling worse and worse and worse. And it just gets so bad. But then I just have to lay down on a cold floor. So I lay down on the floor, I breathe, I calm myself down. After a while, I went home and, see, even talking about it right now, I'm starting to feel like my heart race a little bit and I'm reminding myself to breathe. So anyway, I went home after that. I was able to calm down after a little bit, but I knew that my life had changed. I mean, that sounds super dramatic, and it is dramatic, but my life was definitely different after that. So I scheduled a visit with the doctor, and I went. The doctor puts me back on medication, obviously. Not venlafaxine. I asked her to maybe try something else with me. I think that would be great. I didn't really love how kind of gray I felt on the other stuff, and I'm just looking for something small, like something that will just help me a little bit. So she gives me escitalopram, 5 milligrams, and then she gives me hydroxyzine, which is like for panic attacks. It's more of like a quick release, take as needed, heavier drug. So I take my daily escitalopram. I take hydroxyzine maybe once a week, just like on a weekend to like see how my body reacts to it, kind of calm down. But everything's going pretty good for a couple weeks. It was like 3 weeks of taking my medication, and it was great. I thought I would not be making this video if my story ended there. Out of nowhere, like maybe 5 weeks ago, Sunday night, I just can't breathe. I'm sitting down, I'm thinking about work the next day, which could be the cause, but I feel like there's a lot of different factors. I don't really know how else to describe it. It's just like, I guess, okay. All right, let me explain kind of what a panic attack is. For anybody who does not know, your body is triggered into your fight or flight response, which, if you don't know what fight or flight is, it is the natural instinct to survive. I want to say the word amygdala because that's very cool. That's a part in your brain that is responsible for fear, but I believe it's also responsible for survival. That could be super wrong. I'm not even going to look it up, but I like saying the word amygdala. So I can't breathe. I feel this huge wave. I lay down and I remind myself to breathe. But thinking about breathing is making it worse. So I have to distract myself. And so I'm just on my phone. I'm watching videos on how to calm down. I'm just trying to get through these waves. And it gets to about 4 a.m. in the morning and they're just not stopping. And I'm thinking, it's 4 a.m. No one's awake to help me. I'm going to have to go to the hospital. I'm going to have to just go to the emergency room. And my finances aren't incredible. So like that makes me even more panicked because the American health system's awesome. So I'm just this mess. And so this is crazy, but I pull out my Nintendo Switch and I just play Mario Kart and I put it on 150cc and those little frickers are so fast. It's pissing me off. And I'm focusing so hard on this game that I forget about my panic. I'm playing this game that requires intense focus and I eventually fall asleep because I'm just so exhausted from being in fight or flight for hours. I'm so tired, I just fall asleep. When I wake up, it just feels like you're emotionally hungover after a panic attack. I don't know really how else to describe it. You just feel awful. But immediately my brain, because this is just how my brain works, thinks like, oh, wouldn't it be crazy if you had another panic attack? And so I start thinking about breathing and I start feeling it again. So I call off work and I sit in this up and down for the rest of the day. I feel pretty okay for the full day, but then nighttime hits. And as soon as nighttime hits, I get hit really hard again, like the night before. But Mario Kart, hey, you know what I mean? Mario Kart, I'm able to fall back asleep again. And then the next day I call off work again. And it's just, I'm scared. Do I have to go to the emergency room? Do I have to stop going to work? Am I gonna be able to live through this? Like, it's that bad. That's how bad it feels, guys. It's terrible. And anybody who has gone through anything like that, you have my heart, you have my soul. That's hard, man. It's hard to get through stuff like that. I go to emergency care, which is not the ER, and she reassures me that it's just a panic attack and I should just try and see my doctor as soon as possible. And going to work. So the next day, I'm a little late. I tell my boss that I will be a little late. I need some time in the morning, but I go into work and I feel these waves at work, but being around people, talking to people, focusing on other things, it calms me down. And that's something that I have learned and have embraced fully in this time of need. I'm almost done, I promise. This is the longest vlog ever with like no funny moments, and I'm so sorry, but I think it's important and I just want to document it for anybody who needs to hear all this. I don't know. So I schedule with my doctor. I go in. She listens to all of my problems and the things that happened, and she ups my dosage of my escitalopram by another 5 milligrams, now up to 10 milligrams. And I'm like, okay, sure. I don't know if this medication's the right one for me, considering it could have been the cause of this, but I'm gonna trust her, I'm gonna take it, and I'm gonna see what happens. This is where I think I really screwed up. 3 weeks ago, I started the higher dosage, but I was feeling really scared that the problem was my medication. I've done a little bit of research. I try not to look at Dr. Google, but I do sometimes, and I just am really scared of this feeling I get at nighttime now, of this intense panic, that the problem is my medication. So I just don't take it on time. I wait, I just put it off, and I finally take it at noon. I finally take it at 1. One day I took it as late as 3 o'clock. And I think that's where I really, really screwed up. It caused some really bad issues that still kind of persist to this day. Deep depressive episodes at nighttime. Some panic attacks, but I've really learned how to ride the waves and get through them. One thing that helps me a ton is calling people or getting on games with people or watching stuff while playing a game. Weirdly enough, something that has really helped me is wearing these blue light glasses. I don't know why, but putting on blue light glasses and just like suppressing the damage of all the blue lights and making myself sleepier at nighttime has really done a lot. I also stopped drinking energy drinks entirely, by the way. I used to drink energy drinks daily. I wonder why I have anxiety. And that stopped months ago. I mean, I stopped doing that when I went on my 5 milligrams of escitalopram, which was like 4 months ago. No, when was that? It was like 8 weeks ago? I don't know. Because of that deep, terrifying depression, which is one of the scariest things in the world, by the way, I have been taking my medication at 9 to 9:30 sharp every morning, and I have not missed it in like a week now, and I'm starting to regulate, and I think in a couple weeks, once this medication is circulating through my body properly, I will feel right as rain. At least that's the hope. I'm also going to be working on more content because it's a great distraction and it is fun. I mean, I have a lot of fun playing with friends. I have a lot of fun editing. I worked so hard in college and out of college to develop my skills, and it would be a huge waste if I didn't actually use them to make videos. So I'm gonna try and do my best there. No promises, but my goal is to get 3 videos out a month and maybe even start streaming. I'm really excited for that. I think it'd be super fun, and it would be something that I don't have to necessarily worry about editing for, but something that could just be super fun to play and have like a chat to talk to and just be around people more, because I've been living alone for a couple years and I do love it. I'm not the most extroverted person, but being around people has helped me just so much the past couple weeks, and I've really learned that there's a lot of value in socializing. So I'm going to try and do that more, even if that means streaming. I don't know. It feels like boredom is death. An idle mind will quickly conflagrate into a forest fire if it just sits for too long, at least in my case. So I'm going to make videos, I'm gonna do stuff I enjoy, and I'm just gonna have fun. I know I've made a few videos like this where I'm just like, and now I'm gonna post. But I have made a lot of steps to actually be able to work on content much easier now, and I'm looking forward to it. Like I said in my channel trailer, I'm on a journey. And it's going to take a lot of time for me to get anywhere close to where I want to be. But I'm not giving up, and I really want to make content creating my job at some point. I mean, even if it's not my job in the future, I would love to at least have a consistent audience who watches my stuff and enjoys my stuff and I can interact with. That would be honestly super fun and the dream. Sorry, this video was a lot more real than I normally am, but I'm just trying to be more open and just make something that can maybe help somebody else and kind of just log where I'm at right now in my life. So in like a year or two, I can look back and maybe make an update. I don't really have there's no rules to YouTube. Like, I know there's ways to grow and there's things to do right, but a YouTube channel can be whatever you want. And that's kind of what I want it to be. I mean, I'm an artist. I love to draw. I could do videos where I draw and just talk. I could do streams, I could play games with friends, or I could play by myself. I could make vlogs. I could go camping and make a video, whatever. It doesn't have to be such a grind, you know? And maybe I'll regret saying that because if I ever want to make any kind of living or just be able to do this full time, I would need to make money somehow, but I'm just having fun. And I'm here because I've worked really hard to grow my skills so that I could be here, you know? I guess to anyone else struggling with anxiety or panic attacks, it's really hard, but there's so many things in the world to look forward to. And there's so many people, like friends, family, coworkers who really care about you, who really love you. People randomly on the street love you. I'm sure of it. I love you. Thank you for watching. You'll see me soon. Oh, man, that was hard. All right, that's all. Later.